YouTube, what's up?
So recently on our free online community on the Facebook group, we put a poll out asking people what content and what information you wanted from us to keep you motivated and keep you moving, keep the group alive and everything. And it came back unanimously in favour of nutrition. So we decided today we're going to put our first real YouTube video out on nutrition.
Yep.
We're going to start with the basics because they're the most important and massively overlooked. And my main key point, what I want to speak about today in this video, there's going to be more, but in this video we're going to talk about more is not always better. And no, hold on, less is not always better.
That's it, yeah.
Already ruined it, but less is not always better. And what I mean by that is we see people creating a huge deficit in their calories or their daily intake, thinking that they're going to speed up the process, when really you're going to hit plateaus, you're going to hit a wall and you're going to struggle. Now this comes back to the famous quote or the famous saying that people throw about when you go into a gym or talking to your mates about losing weight, and that is, oh, it's really simple, you just got to eat less and move more.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, in some form of variation. And the problem with this is people are doing both from the start at full force. So let's throw some easy numbers out there. Say, for example, your maintenance calories for the day should be 2,000. And that means 2,000 calories a day, your weight will stay the same if you eat that. So people are then going, right, let's deduct 500 calories. So I'll go in at 1,500 calories for the day. But I'm also going to go full on in the gym. I'm going to go burn 500 calories on the cross trainer or whatever. And they're forgetting that they've actually just put themselves into a 1,000 calorie deficit. So what happens now is you're going to get hungry for a start after so many days. First you might be like, oh, this is easy, I can keep this up week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever, however long it takes for you to break. But you're creating a massive deficit that is too much for your body to handle. And then usually what follows is a binge eat. But then not in a positive way, because you beat yourself up. If you do it in a more controlled manner, so if we just created a small deficit, even if we just took 200 calories or 100 calories off our maintenance and then burnt a couple of 100 calories through our training session and didn't expect to lose so much so soon,
Yeah.
that would be more sustainable, because hunger cravings, they're going to be reduced, so you're not going to be frantic and manically wanting burgers or anything of high calorie intake. You're not going to want those, you're not going to crave them. But also, let's not try and beat ourselves up if we do want them as well. We've seen in the group this morning, someone's on one of the challenges, and I jumped in and said, oh, how's the nutrition side? Because I see you posting about the workouts, but how's the nutrition side? And I said, I'm not really following the nutrition side. However, I am eating one or two of the meals, but I'm changing the tea. But I'm just replacing it for fish and vegetables. Now this is alright, but she followed on to say, I'm only having about 1,200 calories a day. Bear in mind, we know how exhausting the workouts are. This is a problem.
Big problem.
So she's in a major deficit, thinking, right, I'm going to get there quicker because my deficit is so big. But you're actually putting hurdles in the way, and you're causing hormonal problems, which we won't get into, but that are going to make you respond terribly. So I responded and said, oh, jump in with a cheat meal. Make sure you get your cheat meal in there. Now, people always believe a cheat meal is for them. I mean, we've touched upon this quite a lot.
We have.
But people think that a cheat meal is for them. Like, we're just saying to you, oh, forget the diet for a day, just have a cheat meal. And I mean that's just a side effect bonus to having a cheat meal. But the cheat meal is actually to make, I put it in simple terms when I'm speaking to people. If you think of your body holding body fat and your goal is to burn body fat, we have to look at it in what options the body goes through. So if your body is carrying lean mass, so tissue, body like muscle, that is what demands a calorie intake. Body fat does not. So if you've got your body and it's requiring 2,000 calories a day to keep that mass, but then you're only giving it 1500 calories a day, constantly, no refeed, no cheat meal. Eventually, the muscle is going to say, we're not getting enough calories to stay. So the easiest job the body has then is to remove the muscle, because then if it slowly brings the muscle down, it's going to meet what its actual intake is. So its requirement is no longer 2000, it'll just drop slowly and meet the intake, so 1500 calories. That's why cheat meal to me is important. If we throw a cheat meal in, you're reassuring your body that there is no prolonged deficit. You're sort of saying, the body can go, woo, finally, food coming in, it's not in a shortage, and it'll just burn body fat because that's what it's doing. That's the choice it's got. It's either remove the muscle or remove body fat. Body fat can sit on your body and it doesn't require a calorie intake. It's obviously there for an emergency, should you ever need it. So it's an extra fuel source should you need it when you've stored it in excess.
I could crap a bolt on.
Yeah, really, yeah. That's how I try and explain it to people. Obviously, you can get really complex and scientific and explain it, but people are not going to absorb that information, not going to take it in. So if we can give it in simple terms, it makes it easy to digest. So to look at it, if you've got your body's there, and the lean tissue that you're holding, which is the goal for anyone wanting to tone up or get in good shape, retaining as much muscle as you can is key while stripping away body fat. So keeping muscle means having calorie intake.
Yes, it does.
Losing body fat means reducing the calorie intake. Now getting that fine balance to keep the muscle and lose the body fat is where the cheat meal, from our point of view, from what we do, is very important. So you're not having it just so you can have a pizza because it tastes great. You're having it so you can tell your body there is enough calories still coming in constantly and reassure it to hold on to muscle and burn body fat.
It's just great that it does taste great.
Oh yeah, it's just, yeah, it's obviously,
one of the perks.
It's obviously a benefit of it. But yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted to cover. We'll go into more detail on nutrition in simple forms. I dare say there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, actually, no, it's all about the hormones, it's all about the... That's great, but...
Just keep it simple.
Yeah, if we try and fry people's brains, nobody listens. You switch off. Keep it simple, people understand it. That's how I think, anyway. I think that's why we've had more success over the last 12 months than ever before, because all this scientific knowledge bombs and everything that people like to put out is just...
Yeah, if you don't understand it, you're not interested.
Yeah. And to be fair, most people aren't interested, else they would all be studying it.
They just want the result and that's it.
Yeah. Right. Thanks for watching, and as always, give us a subscribe. You're really helping Nobodies get more people following us.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
So subscribe, like, comment. Goodbye.